Hey guys, welcome back to World of Warships. Today is Canada Day, and if you didn't know, I am Canadian. So to celebrate today, we are playing out every Canadian ship in World of Warships. And what better place to start than with Haida? This ship is absolutely incredible. As far as destroyers go at tier 7, Haida and Huron, which we'll be playing in a little bit, are some of the absolute best. Amazing guns here, and with Haida, you get crazy detect for a tier 7 destroyer. Remember, we don't have concealment at this tier yet, like concealment mod. So 5.7 kilometer detect is crazy. That's better than we get at higher tier DDs a lot of the time. For guns this powerful, that is absolutely wonderful for contesting caps. That's what we're going to do. You do have to watch out for radars, of course. So things like Cleveland, Talon, new European battleships, that kind of thing. But this ship absolutely dominates in ranked back when I played that. And we do have this very fun crawling smoke generator here too. Huron might be a little more fun for me these days since it is more of an open water gunboat, gets a heal, that sort of thing. But Haida is still an absolute monster. So contest the cap early, of course. When playing a destroyer, not only should you look for the radars, but also a good idea to be looking at what the... Okay, there's a radar already. Talon spotted over here. Good. So we don't have to worry about the 12 kilometer radar. We want to know what we do well as a destroyer. So Haida, strengths, concealment, gunpowder, some utility here. Oh, crap. The Cleveland is probably going to radar us. Yeah. So we're going to engine boost. He's got somewhat floaty shells. Looks like he aimed enough. I was hoping he wouldn't be that pushed up. So we take a big hit. In theory, we don't take too much more. I played simply far too aggressive in this one. That is my own fault here. But he's behind the island now. I was hoping that we would be able to rush into a DD. And there he is. Okay, we found him. Because we massively outspot both these guys. And we have way better gunpowder. Okay? Now, I'm at a pretty massive health disadvantage now that I have lost all my HP off the bat. But that's okay. I will use my smoke now because we know the Cleveland has used his radar already. And Wichita also has a radar. So I know I have a bit of downtime before the Cleveland is actually going to get his radar back for us. So by popping smoke here, it allows me to hopefully deal some good damage to this destroyer and take him out. We then should be able to get the cap rather easily, I would say. Floaty shells, though. Floaty shells. We launched the torpedoes just in case the Cleveland was pushing out using that smoke. I should really zoom out a tick. It can be a really good tactic, actually, to use if you are struggling to lead with some of the floatier shells in this game. Have not played Haida in a very, very long time. So, looks like we don't quite manage to finish him off. Actually, wait a minute. Team does. Excellent. The problem now is I've used my smoke, and this can be a little bit awkward with these crawling smoke generators, is I don't really want to use it right now, and yet it's going to still be active for a minute. Giving away my position for one, but also a bit of a waste of the consumable here. Still happy to do it, though, in this case. Help take out that destroyer. Cleveland's in a rough spot. Yeah, we have a pretty strong flank here as a team, so I expect him to go down. So we're going to take A, and then we're going to actually make our way back over to the B cap here. Like we already talked about, Haida has some very good guns. We do want to make use of those. Let's try not to get ourselves eating any more damage here. It looks like the battleship actually has his radar up right now. I was not expecting that, but that's okay. I think we'll be all right. Decent. We'll get a fire there early. The submarine has been spotted. Okay, we'll get some damage in here. Knowing the radar is down, by the way, is a very, very nice thing here. He goes undetected. That is fine. Briefly. But knowing the radar is down now, he's on cooldown. So I can play much more aggressive. My smoke is back up. He's probably going to go down before he gets to another one. But learning the timing on the radars is really important. Yeah, it's tough to play DDs into radars, but sometimes, assuming you don't rush bow into a Cleveland at the very start of a battle, you can bait out a radar. You know, if I was sitting kited away, like if I was angled away from the Cleveland here, and we spotted the Cleveland, he radars us, I instantly accelerate away, get out of the radar, I know he's used it, and then I can turn around and be more aggressive for another minute and a half or so until he gets it back up. Unfortunately, I think I whiffed my single launch torpedoes there. Yep. Probably should have held on to those. It's okay, though. So what do we have? 2.3 kilometer smoke fire detect. That's really quite good.
Torpedoes, direct front. Smoke
So I do
generators
think we're in a
started.
situation where we can smoke up here and actually start farming. I really wish I hadn't whiffed my torps, though, here. And actually, I went too fast for my smoke there. Interesting. Sinop, actually, there's no way I'm actually penning his upper belt, so we'll stick with the HE. Maybe try for some more of these cheeky little fires in the... okay, he will damage control. That's totally fine. We have a hydro that can help spot him, potentially. 18 seconds, and we'll have our torpedoes back up. Very nice. Not my best Haida match, but that's okay. That's okay. We know there's a submarine in front of us as well, so more reasons for us to use these this hydro.
The enemy team has taken the lead.
I am also not going to use the... Aha, there we go. Nice. So we get the sub spotted with our hydro. Can I get another shot? I do. Nice. Okay, wait. Wait, the utility's coming through. The utility is coming through here. I mean, look at how close we are to these guys. It just kind of... Still farming away. We do need to kite away, though, for sure. Enemy Shiratsuyu could push us, potentially, here. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait for some spots. 27 seconds on my smoke. I would like to get around this island by the time I am... Aha! I wondered... I mean, this is the crazy utility, right? That Haida has over so many DDs at this tier. Absolutely crazy that you get this kind of gun power and this smoke hydro combo that... I mean, this is why it dominates ranked modes, right? This is it. This is the power here. Staying outside of our smoke fire range. And poor firing angles when kited, sure, but we can manage. There we go. We take him out. Oh, can we dodge the rook salvo? We do, just barely. Crazy. Oh, he gets rear turrets. Okay, he didn't get much on us. Excellent, excellent. We'll get around the island. This is awesome. I'm expecting him to turn in, slow down and turn in. Perhaps he doesn't, though. It's possible that he doesn't. I definitely expected him to do that. I'm missing the snails. No. Okay, that's fine. A minute, we'll get it back. That's okay. We'll just send it around the corner here and keep out of this guy's line of sight. Should be able to spot him. Yeah, with the hydro for a little bit longer. Good. If he keeps pushing, that should allow me to continue on to the gap. We'll see. Hopefully our Gneisenau doesn't eat all the torpedoes there. The enemy team is about to win. This is true. 40 seconds. Unfortunately, I won't get it in time. But we're keeping him lit with our hydro. And actually, he's not looking at us. So we can actually use this island here, I think. Yeah, we can. Nice. His secondaries are going to go. But we can smoke. No problem. No problem. Remember, smoke fire range 2.3 in this case. So we'll keep going. We'll keep going. It's all right. 6 seconds. Just need to make sure... Oh, there's someone in front of me. That's pretty bad. That's okay. We'll get around the island, right? Yes, we will get around the island. Oh, there's an Otago here. That's why. That's why. Makes sense. Makes sense. We'll slow down in our smoke. We're okay. Our team should hopefully take this rook out. And then we can help on maybe this Otago. Nice now, maybe? Come on, team. I believe. I believe. We got to get in the caps. We have to get in the caps. There's still a Talon radar as well. How tricky. Eisenhower goes down. Nice. They get him? Okay. Now what I need to do is I need to keep this guy lit for like my Wichita and my teammates. So instead of trying to go behind the islands, trying to farm from our smoke, which again is active right now, unfortunately, I just need to keep this guy lit. That is all I got to do. And maybe we can get some lucky torps into the Gneiss now? Not sure. They know exactly where I am, though, because of the smoke screen, right? Looks like they want to push out this way. I'll send my torps that way, just in case Gneiss now does that turn. I just got to be a little careful here that I don't get caught. Although 30 seconds... 30 seconds. And that's Talon radar now. Where is the Talon? There you are. Okay. Hurts.
Fire alarm.
Can I accelerate to avoid this shot? I believe I can. Nice. All right. So we lose this one, unfortunately. But a surprisingly okay example of Haida, even though I totally whiffed the start of this battle by losing so much HP early. That's okay. It happens. Full up tier here, I believe, or tier 8s at least. Tier 8s can be a little challenging, but Haida is awesome. Haida is absolutely awesome. Our team lost the entire other half of the map, or over half, I guess, with B as well. So, yeah, that is base XP wise not great, shall we say, but you can see the battle impact we have, right? Even with losing half our HP off the start. Although I won't be too hard on myself, because very first battle of the day, always going to make some mistakes, right? Up next, we got ourselves in the Uganda, which I'm a little surprised is Canadian, but yes, it actually is a Canadian cruiser, as designated by the flag that we can actually slot. It's for the Canadian Navy. You guys that are more history buffs can let me know. Uganda, I don't think is a Canadian city or anything like that. I believe that's a country that is not Canada. So a little unsure about that one. But what we have here is a ship that now gets access to heals. All right, this ship did not get access to heals previously. Mid-tier cruisers, very nice to have. And we're mostly a DPM cruiser with these exhaust smokes. We have some very nice tools to help us deal with the submarines as well. Sub-surveillance on this line is very nice. We're going to start off just by playing a pretty common, basic island position here. Pretty classic start. And I am running IFHE here, which might actually be a downside considering we have tier 8 matchmaker here. I was kind of hoping we'd fight some of our own tier 7 battleships that can have that 26 millimeters of armor. IFHE lets us pen that. Unfortunately, it only gets us up to 31 millimeters of pen. So, oh wow, my shells are all going short. Unfortunately, it's not going to be very good into the Massachusetts and the Richelieu on this side. The enemy submarine is not quite within range of us here. Let's pop the hydro just to make sure we don't eat something here. And I may pop my sonar here, or the sub-surveillance. I'm going to wait just to make sure I know that he's within range for us. Enemy Richelieu damage controlled, so we'll try and get the fallout fire, but we are missing out on some of that fire chance because of IFHE. I haven't been taking IFHE in the past. I'm kind of going for a bit of a kick of it these days on mid-tier cruisers and that, seeing how it plays. Usually it's just not worth the 4 points is what I find, but maybe into the cruisers at our tier, the battleships at our tier, it does quite well. No radar or anything here, but helping on the Cossack, very good. It's one of the really nice things that we're allowed to do because of the smoke screen here, allowing us to play so relatively close without getting detected. But our smoke is out now, so it is time to disengage here just a little bit more. And we are lit. So is that the submarine or is that a DD somewhere? Regardless, we'll have to watch out for the Richelieu shot. I'm sure he's looking for us as we've been farming. So just go back, play around the next island back here. Since there's a lot of battleships here, I would assume the enemy submarine... Nice, we get the fire right away. Yeah, the sub is within range. All right, let's actually use it. Oh, that wasn't accurate. Right. Now it's further away. Ah, dang it. As I say that, right? Wanting to wait and use it on the submarine when I know he's within range. Silly me. We're going to need to accelerate. Richelieu's looking, so let's make sure we're angled. I think the Richelieu goes down. Either our shells or probably the Massachusetts shells. 71, guys. Come on. Okay, we get them. Nice. Now we can turn back in. I think this Massachusetts is going to kite. The Cossack in the ACAP is going to be a bit of a problem for us to deal with, but we do have a battleship with radar here. Pushing like this is a little spooky, but we're making it work. Kind of trying to avoid the Massachusetts salvo, although this one could hit us. Oh, nice. It did not. Lovely. But yeah, pushing up here, trying to get in position to maybe get this submarine taken out, as well as deal with the Cossack. Gonna wait for my hydro, though. And pushing up to this island limits the firing angle, as always, when we're dealing with pushing. Trying to isolate 1v1s, right? So, hydro up. Does not get any spots for us, unfortunately. So, let's try the subsurveillance. That does. Look at how close he is there. There we go. And he's going to turn away, so we'll go up there. And we will go there. We get 3 ASW sends, so that should be enough to take him out. I sure hope so. Okay, team gets him. Well, that's good. The utility, okay? Against subs, at least, that is extremely valuable. I think Wargaming really should add more sub-surveillance to the game, as when we have that consumable that allows us to actually spot them, subs are much more manageable to deal with. It's a lot like radar, I find. Helps deal with destroyers, obviously, and DDs are less tanky, shall we say. They can't just dip underwater to avoid all gun damage. And so having more sub-surveillance at each tier would be really beneficial for curbing a little of that frustration, I think. And so this line helps. This line certainly helps with that. But a little more would be great, consider how much radar there is in the game at this point that destroyers have to deal with, right? I think that would be okay to do. There's the Cossack. Now we are going to push spawn, I guess. I don't really want to. Our team is doing quite well so far, but am I pushing spawn here? That feels bad. Well, we'll see. I think what I'm going to do is push into these islands here. Maybe use a smoke to farm the Veneto who's coming back, that sort of thing. But not push open water farming a Massachusetts who's kiting. All right, we've made it close enough that the Veneto is within range. So I'm going to pop my smoke and then just slowly push up to these islands, right? It's not a very fast speed that we can be in our smokes, but this does allow us to farm a little open water here. And crucially, I'm pointed towards the cover. Okay, when using these crawling smokes in a cruiser, we need to think about what is going to happen once the smoke runs out, right? If we're caught in open water, battleship crossfire between a Veneto and a Massachusetts, that could end rather poorly for us, right? So we want to be considering these kinds of things. I'm assuming he's going to stop and go forward. No? Now you are, right? What is this? Oh, there we go. There we go. The mind games are next level with this Cossack, but I think... Oh, no. I missed! I can't believe I missed, and now I'm not quite leading enough. It's a little challenging to go instantly from one ship to another and trying to lead properly. I should have had the shots there. Oh, well. We get a fire on... Maybe onto that DD. We'll see. Veneto behind the island, so in this case I do think I'm going to accelerate, just ignore some of the rest of my smoke here. Need to get into better range of the Massachusetts perhaps, or to help on that DD. You know, we've saved a lot of health, and remember we still have 3 heals remaining, so there's a lot of potential here for us to apply a lot of pressure as a cruiser in this kind of mid-late game stage, now that we know the angle that the shots are all going to be coming from, as well as... Well, there's just less ships on the board, right? Oh, my aim. Come on. More torps coming in from the sea cap, so it's possible that the submarine is going to spot an enemy destroyer. So I want to keep an eye out for helping on that engagement. Veneto. Oh, our battleship walked perfectly broadside there. Oh, that's really bad for us. Veneto, I don't really pen with my HE, right? Let's pop the Hydro, because again, the Torps, right? So, we got the Torps out for this Veneto. Wanting to cut these angles off as much as I can. Now, the Veneto pushing out this way means that I should be able to shoot him and then dip behind this island without him being able to shoot back at me. So we'll get the AP here. If I can close this angle, the Massachusetts won't be able to get to us. Yeah, there we go. 4K. Oh, yeah, there we go. The AP's going crazy. Now, the reason I'm going this way is that I'm hoping we can burst this Veneto down. And I don't want to be dealing with the Massachusetts who... Oh, I thought he was going the other way. Whoops. My fault, my fault. Nice. Okay, we get him. Now, we're very broadside on to the Massachusetts, who gets some of the worst dispersion I've ever seen. We're so lucky. That's crazy that he had that bad RNG. Wow. All right, we get lucky. We get lucky. We get lucky. Brawling in a cruiser. Brawling in a cruiser. Okay, Fubuki and a hood here. All right, we got to cut the angle again. Turpit's coming back. 30 seconds and we'll get our smoke screen. There we go. Good stuff. Angle has been mostly cut here. Good. Now then, we've made it to a risky island, but we've made it to an island. We have a Massachusetts who's still got decent amount of health on him to help us out. And crucially, the heal should be coming back up soonish. We can send out some torps around this corner for the Turpits here. And I'm sure he's looking for us. Actually, maybe not.
Smoke generator started.
Let's get that smoke up. And my smoke fire is 5.4, so it's possible Fubuki is going to spot us here. We shall see. Let's test with our rear turret into the Turpits here. All right, I'm not going to reverse out full broadside without testing. Okay, so we can be a little bit more aggressive here, especially as Turpits is shooting. Heal, but I'm still just going to hold for my back turret, okay? That's the plan here. Just wait for back turret. 45 seconds and we'll get our torps up. Nice shot. All right. Looks like our Massachusetts had a better experience. We're getting blind fired by the Cossack. That's really funny. But we know where he is, right? Blind fire, often not a good idea if you're a destroyer because it tells me exactly what your position is. And usually as a DD, it's actually just better to remain undetected so that you can surprise someone. But maybe in this case, our team is winning so hard that it's worth doing, perhaps. Hey, a confed even in this one. Very cool. See, not getting greedy, just using that rear turret. Good stuff. Now I'll push out. There's the Cossack, who's going to go behind the island. Yep.
Torpedoes astern.
Just turn the guns towards them and we're good. And looks like the Turpits will go down as well. 100k, 3 kills. Good work in Uganda. This line, I'm not a fan of the tier 10. It kind of just explodes. But now that it gets heals at mid-tier, smokes, heals, good DPM on the HE, surprisingly good armor piercing here. Even running a bad build, because IFHE into an up tier is a bad build because we're not getting any benefit against any of the battleships we were fighting. Just nerfing our fire chance. We still did very well. And we were able to push with our team using the smoke when we were open water to prevent us from just getting one shot, really, because that's what happens to cruisers in open water when they're caught like that. And push up, get rid of the sub for our team with our sub surveillance. It's a good ship. And up next, we're going to play the Yukon, the only Canadian battleship here with super healing, 381 millimeter main gun, something like that, and a gigantic citadel. So we'll see if we can make that work. Here's our matchmaker. Looks pretty darn good, to be honest with you. Might swap over to some HE for those destroyers. We shall see. We got very little range, so having a spotter aircraft should help us out here. Great D-Tech, though. 11.5. Maybe that's a theme for Canadian ships, I guess. I don't know, given the destroyers like Haida, but this is a really, really good D-Tech. Again, tier 7 here. This is... usually you're not getting this sort of D-Tech on battleships because don't have access to the concealment mod. Farragut to start with, and sure, we only have the armor piercing here, but it will still do very good damage, assuming that we can land a few shells. Yeah, 4 shells for over 5,000 damage at these tiers. That is like half his health. That is very, very solid. We see an Arizona going here. Nagato and Colorado are the ones we have to worry about for overmatching our ship. We do not have... This is the ship that I wanted to fight against, by the way, when I was in Uganda. I really wanted to just farm one of these kinds of ships down because they just have no armor to deal with the... Okay, that DD will go down, go dark. That's fine. They have no armor to deal with the HE. And... Okay, Mr. Farragut. Go there. Grab a couple hits, and nice. Our team will pick them up. So, in this case, aha, we now see the submarine. We're a little broadside on to some armor piercing there. But I think that was worth it to maybe... Yeah, there we go. Didn't take actually too much. To maybe secure some damage into that destroyer. Didn't know my entire team would shoot at him, right? I missed. Battleships, of course. We want to be pushing up. Desperately, we want to be pushing up. Really, really helps our team out a ton. See, the DD is back, so he smokes. All right, that's fine. Enemy battleship is somewhat broadside, so we'll go there. The submarine is somewhere in here, so we'll try and help on that. While maybe pushing wide here? I'm not sure. I don't think I want to push into a submarine directly. So, you know, that's usually a good way to lose your ship. So let's kind of explore the flank here a little bit more, while considering if he gets spotted, we're definitely going to send some ASWs his way. Send the spotter to maybe help get us a light on, yeah, the Heinrich. That's who we're hoping for. And he's very broadside too. Allowing us to have, yeah, 21,000 damage hit. That is huge damage for this tier. Arizona gets spotted as well. I mean, we're a Nagato Yukon flank, right? This is extremely, extremely powerful. I should have been paying more attention to that submarine. We'll look for that a little sooner. It looks like our Hatsuharu is kind of inting in, or a test ship or something. So, all right, let's go bow on. Front guns only here. Again, we don't have to worry about the overmatch from Heinrich or Arizona. I really just don't want to eat a full salvo here, broadside onto the Arizona. We should get the Heinrich here pretty soon. And we'll keep an... Again, I should do a better job of looking for the sub. Yep, he's got the AP, but we should bounce. Or full pens, but hey, that's fine. We have healing. Our Nicholas has decided to open water gunboat. Oh no, that's not ideal. All right, I was paying attention, see? Yeah, that's not ideal. Would prefer not to lose a Nicholas to a 10k HP Heinrich, but is what it is. Is what it is. Maybe we can finish him off here. Get the bow shots, maybe? No, I missed. Oh, that's too bad. And we'll get the ASWs out. Okay, he smoked. Wait, we might not lose him. That's big. He's getting the torps. He's getting the torps, guys. Low tier is kind of funny. He gets them! I should never have doubted. I should never have doubted you, my friend. All right, we've lost a couple of DDs on the other side, though. So it's time for us to turn in and try and help deal with the subs here. And the destroyer, actually. Who actually looks to be rushing us here, potentially. Or rather, rushing the submarine. Interesting. And he's got a exhaust smoke by the looks of it. Wow. Okay. Let's push. We've avoided those torpedoes. Let's push to maybe catch him when that smoke runs out. I actually don't know how long it lasts. 36 seconds. Sure. Spotted again, unfortunately, by the enemy battleship. Go there. Yes, it did run out. Nice. Wait, is that the Italian DD? Wait, that's not a test ship at all. Oh, I'm silly. Whoops. I thought that might have been... you can see I don't play these tiers much. And I don't see Italian destroyers very much either, obviously. Wow, that's really bad. Oh, well. We managed to get him, though. I thought that might have been the new DD line they were testing, because I've just really not seen that name before of a ship. It's funny. Nagato showing a lot of broadside now for us. I'm going to hold off just a second, as I would very much want to get the cap here first. 2 seconds, and we get it. And yeah, we can stay undetected for just so long, which is crazy. I'm going to move this way, by the way, to keep the crossfire. The other thing is our ship Citadel is a bit of a box. So we kind of want to angle a bit like this, trying to bait the shot into our belt and then turning in. The rudder shift on Yukon is actually pretty good. So we want to bait it into our belt armor and then turn in and angle it. Looks like he aimed far enough forward, though. Okay, fortunately, we did not eat the Citadels there. We'll try for his Citadel since he's so broadside, but yeah, Nagato armor. We're also low enough that I do think it is worthwhile. What happened to our Nagato? Oh, that's too bad. I do think it's worthwhile to use the heal here. I'm worried about getting caught in crossfire now, so we might end up having to push out on this Nagato yet. I don't trust my guns with the Nagato, so let's try into the destroyer. Or sorry, the cruiser. Wow, my brain. Wonder why he shot at me there. That's curious. Okay. All right, now the Nagato is forced very broadside onto my team and me, I guess. Wow, this is kind of a crazy play. Hopefully the Colorado shot. Yeah, there we go. And then maybe I can get an actual damaging salvo game. Battleships, guys. It's so nice to play a DD at a cruiser, and then I play a battleship, and it's like... Oh, I got one! Incredible! I actually got one. Did not see where that was coming from. Yeah, I should keep pushing here. Oh. Wow, that's just so sad. That hurts the soul. Well, we'll get a heal soon. Yeah, I should have known. Okay, we get the battleship. We can push out here now, and our rear turret potentially can grab a bush shot here. No, I'm gonna eat that too. And it floods! Oh no! Hopefully our Nicholas can go after the sub, although I would be concerned that the Nicholas is going to die to that play. Alright, let's hit him like here-ish. No, I don't get it. And the submarine is still on us. That's really too bad. Am I eating another torp bow on? Unlucky. And the fire. I'm trying my best, guys. I'm trying my best, but... Oh, this submarine has just ruined the game right here. Absolutely game ruining. I thought I had a pretty good spot here. I thought I had a pretty good angle. And, yeah, we died to it. Too bad. 120 is still fine, but... Hey, submarine surveillance, guys. Would be pretty cool. Would be pretty cool. Yeah, quite unfortunate. Quite unfortunate. We tried, though. Yukon can handle quite a bit, but... Maybe not that. Maybe not quite that. And last but certainly not least, we will be playing the Huron. This one is the open water gunboat version of Haida. You have an engine boost as well as healing, allowing you to play this open water gunboat role reasonably well, I would say. One of the stronger tier 7 gunboat DDs in that regard. We also get a 4-kilometer hydro this time, which is very nice. 8% engine boost on this one, and then yeah, the heal, very, very, very useful. Good amount of HP here too, though maybe not the best detect, because I'm running a bit of a full gunboat build, not taking concealment expert. I wanted to opt for Fearless Brawler instead as my 4-pointer. Now, worth noting, here's our matchmaker, and I want you to really notice that Issei is leaving his flank. Our Molotov is already going to go further back than where he spawned. Our Agano is seemingly AFK. So, When you see that, it's let's not complain about our teammates right away, but it's not a good look, okay? It's not a good look. We are located here, and the enemy DD is just simply going to have more support. So we'll touch the cap briefly, but I don't want to sit in the cap, though. We get spotted. It is expected. So we will start our engine boost up, and now we'll go after these at 39 briefly. But that's okay. Take some hits. Make sure we don't eat too much more damage here. There we go. So, awkward start, but caused by the enemy having support and us not having support there. That's all right. Maybe we can get lucky with the random single launch torpedoes here. I'm not sure. You know, this is really not the flank I was hoping for. Sharn 43 kiting, a Lazo kind of not taking damage from my team here. I think we're going to head over to the decap and maybe go into C as well. All right, now they're pushing. We got to leave the cap, and we're going to lose our tier 7 battleship here. That is very bad. This is not looking so good. This is not looking so good. So let's get the gunboating started. Try and burn down these battleships real quick. Our team is chilling behind the island on the other side. That's unfortunately the least useful part of this map. Hopefully we can pull it back in the late game, but as far as starts go, this is not ideal, I would say. Did manage to land a torpedo onto the Sharn 43. That's quite good. Nice, we get our fire there into the enemy battleship. So I would like to angle to the battleship and then maybe go after the Sharn 43, because I do wonder if maybe we popped his damage control. Looks like we probably did, so now we'll go after him with our main guns. Open water gunboat now. This is the time. Get close enough that it's a lot easier to lead. Okay, the Molotov gets the double fire. I was hoping for that myself, but that's okay. A little easier to lead at closer ranges, but not so close that we're going to run up against his secondaries, which are quite powerful. Nice, we got another fire on him. Good stuff. If he's going to turn that way, then he's going to kite away. So that's fine. Let's actually head back to C now, if they're not going to be pushing this 9-10 line. What I really wanted to make sure was they don't push up through here and then get the crossfires from both these angles, right? That would be very bad for us. Okay, we went dark, so we know the DD is not terribly close to us. Pushing in here again because I want to make sure this Scharnhorst goes down, ideally. I would love for him to... Oh, interesting. We do get lit here. I would love for him to be taken out here, so... The reason I'm also turning away engine boost right away is that the Lazo is pretty close to us. Yeah, and he's after us right away. So, ideally, our ship taking some focus fire here results in some good work from our team, but not particularly hopeful at the moment. Another fire would be epic. Yeah, it's just so hard to lead these guns. Got to get used to it again. A little different again than even Haida. Ideally, you're playing multiple games of the same ship, then you get really used to the firing arcs. I'm more okay with going in a straight line here because I have my Hydro up. Otherwise, I'd be worried about the destroyer torping us out. But in this case, I think it's okay. Now, our team has pretty massively collapsed toward the middle, so we're not even holding the A cap anymore. So the enemy team is probably going to collect that one as well. I've had to run from the D cap here because of the enemy destroyer and this Lazo combo. It's been a little challenging to deal with. We'll use a heal here now, though. Push into the C cap now, and again, hopefully we can get this Sharn cleared out for our team. Yeah. Any help on this cruiser would also be much appreciated too from the team. Our Hydro is out. Okay, we managed to get the cap. That is very good. Now, I'm actually pushing all the way back over to A because I think there might be a destroyer there. as well as the Julio to hopefully go after here. The Akatsuki would be nice. I'm just not going to get make much progress on a flank where there is a light DPM cruiser with great shell arcs and a destroyer to spot for him. So I'm not going to make much progress there to actually help the team. So instead, I'm going to go over here and hopefully clear up this flank because, as I mentioned, getting caught in a double crossfire like that is a great way to just completely lose. I was hoping they would be pushing in, but they're not. So we are down on points here and in a situation where I think it's going to take a little too long to really accomplish too much here. Although, hold. Destroyer has been found. We pop our Hydro because we're going to go broadside to fire all of our guns. He's just going to go straight away from us. That is fine. We should be able to keep up with him. We have to take this guy out. So I'm going to just focus front guns here now. Nice. Team actually shot the DD. Okay, maybe the guys on this flank are a little more helpful. Good stuff. There we go. All right, we get him. Cool. Now we can maybe try and help take out the Julio, perhaps. He's a little lower, so I think it'll be maybe easier to take him out with some fires and that. Heal is coming back up. That's good. Are we fast enough for that? It looked like just barely. All right, Julio's not on us anymore, although it's probably because the Sharn is so low. All right, we get another fire. We're seeing the fire chance. He damage controls. That's very good. So now we just have to get the permafires, and we should be able to take this guy out. Or a Sharn 43 can Citadel him. My goodness. I did not think Sharn guns had it in it. Okay. I usually view that as a we're dealing damage to cruisers type of... Although we got 30 seconds now. And he fires. There we go. Nice. So that should get him. Why did it swap to the Colorado? I'm shooting at the Julio this entire time. 36 seconds, eh? All right, that should get him. Nice. And now we got to deal with this Colorado. I think I have to rush him as well, unfortunately. Team is getting the decap. That's very good. Oh, he's got the HE, though. That's going to hurt. Wow, that hurt way more than I thought. I thought he might hit some modules because we're so angled in. I thought there might be some module damage there that allows us to not actually take the full pen damage, but he got it. All right. Fair enough. Can't take another one of those. All right, he's going to be loaded soon. Got to be ready to drift this. Like so. All right, that's it. That's all we had. Unfortunately, I think his secondaries probably take us out. Yeah. And we lose. The Canadian ships are good, guys, but you know what else is really good for games in World of Warships? A team that is helpful. Unfortunately, that's quite a few games that we've had where we're over 1k base XP and our team is nowhere close. Now, I know, flaming teammate, that's not the goal here, okay? That is not the goal here, but it was a challenging play session here. It was a bit of a challenging play session here in the Canadian ships, unfortunately. Sometimes that happens, right? A lot of blowouts these days, so without us, I think these would have been over very, very quickly. But the Canadian ships are legitimately very, very good. Now, I know there's one more, technically. I saw that this one also had a Royal Canadian Navy flag, but it's tier 3, bro. We don't play tier 3s anymore. Wargaming has essentially removed them from the matchmaker pool. Anything below tier 5, really. And even tier 6s, I don't like to play super low tier very often. I may be of the opinion that tier 7 is the lowest reasonable tier to play these days. I'm not sure about that one necessarily, but I may be of that opinion. We'll see. It seems like Wargaming really doesn't want us to play the low tiers anymore. But that is going to do it for Canada Day. Unfortunately, we don't have a Canadian port, so we're going to pretend the shipyard is somewhat can be Canadian. I don't know. Perhaps I should have gotten Fjords. Oh, wait, Fjords isn't in the game. Wait, what? Okay, never mind. Well, we're going we're going naval base then, because I know it's Scandinavia or whatever, but if you've ever been to Vancouver and driven up the Sea to Sky Highway, going to Whistler to snowboard or something like that, we kind of have some stuff up there on the west coast, especially if you went further north too. Some of those inlets there look similar, although less extreme, I suppose. But that's it for Canada Day. I hope you guys have a great day celebrating if you're Canadian, and if you're not, well, I hope you have a great day anyway. Today is a good day. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.